Hello. In this video, I am going to go over our Blackboard page, give you a few navigation tips, and also go over how our course will be set up and some of our expectations. So when you go to Blackboard, the first thing you're going to see at the top of the page is digital textbook, the Norton Field Guide. This is your textbook. When I tell you to read a chapter or an essay out of this book, this is the link you want to click. Another important note is that you must go to this link through Blackboard, and I'll show you why. When you click on this, it's going to launch you into the digital landing page directly. Now, if you were to say you copy or bookmark this page and try to go to it directly without going through that link in Blackboard, it's going to ask you for login information. It's going to ask if you have a digital key or something like that. So it's basically going to act as if you do not have access to this, and that's because it is linked to our Blackboard page. Now, once you get here, you're going to see the chapters here listed. So let's say, I think the first thing that we're going to be reading in our Unit 2 is rhetorical situations, and that's going to be, these are very, very short chapters, but that's going to be like these 5 chapters here. When you open these, so click on the first one, and I'll show you how short these actually are. You will scroll down to read the chapter. Sometimes you have to scroll over using this right button or left button. You can go back and forth between chapters. For some reason, some of these chapters will be all on one page that you can scroll through. Sometimes there is an additional page you have to click over. So you want to make sure that you're going through and making sure that you have actually read all the pages that I've assigned for you. The other thing I want to show you, a lot of students get a little bit confused on this. You do have, um, there's several different sections. Let me back up. So we have part one. We are not actually going to read any of that since this is such a short class of 4 weeks. Um, but we will have uh, this part, rhetorical situations. You'll have 2 chapters in genre that you'll read, explorations and reporting information. Um, when I get to reading, or when I assign you reading an essay, it's going to give you a chapter of 69 here, explorations. So when you click on this, you're going to see the essays that are in this chapter listed here, and this is the one that you're going to read. So you can go ahead and click on that, and it'll take you directly to that essay. A lot of times students will look at the chapter headings and think, well, I'm not seeing that essay. You have to actually click into the chapter in order to see the essay. You also have some um, parts to this book, the handbook. So if you have trouble with sentences, or if I give you feedback saying you need to maybe work on something like sentence fragments, you can go in here. I may actually tell you, go into section S2, sentence fragments, read up on that, see what it is that you need to work on. That we won't have any assignments in these chapters, again, because it's such a short, condensed 4-week class. I wish we did have a lot more time, but there is this handbook here that will help you with that. There's also directory to MLA style, which we will be going over, and some other things that can help you with succeeding in the course. Okay. The next thing you'll see if you've watched my introduction video, I did mention an open discussion board. This is just if you have questions, comments, if you need help, if you want to brainstorm with other students. Um, Obviously, I will answer when I see questions up there, but Please feel free if you know the answer and you see another student struggling and asking for help, go ahead and reach out. Try to give them whatever information that you have to help them. The number one mistake, as you'll see here, the students make is not asking for help until it's too late, meaning it's 11, the essay is due at 11:59 and you have no idea where to start. So be proactive and make sure you ask for help ahead of time so that I and other students can help you. The next thing you'll see is class resources. This is, come on, there we go. Um, some things that we'll be using when we get to our research essay, like a database through the library, some resources for research. Try to say that 5 times fast. Also, a link to Perdo MLA style, which is an excellent guide. It's a little redundant to what's in your book, but sometimes the way it's laid out helps students understand it a little bit better. So that's there for you. The next thing you'll see is the course overview, and I encourage you to start here because this kind of gives you a step by step what you need to know about this course. So it starts off with welcome. Obviously, this is just a little redundant to what I just said. This is going to introduce you to the course and what's expected of you. There's also a handy video here that's made by Blackboard that will help you with navigating if you have any problems. Once you get into a module, you can use the arrows here to click over. This is my information, my contact information. There's that Meet Your Instructor video again. I have information about how to contact me. I am not in my office over the summer. I am teaching from home. But I will try to get back to you, as you'll see under response time, within 12 to 24 hours during the week. If it's nights or weekends, um, you may not get an immediate response. So you want to make sure again that you're emailing me ahead of time so that you're not falling behind. This goes over a little bit of the course description. This is English. We're going to learn how to read critically, think logically, respond to text, do research, document sources, and so on. This is some of the information that's also on your syllabus. There will be writing two formal essays. One will be explorative, one will be informative. We'll be doing research, and then we'll be focusing on how to cite our sources correctly. Now, the way this course will be um, set up, we will have 2 units per week. So I'll open one on Sunday and one on Wednesday, and they'll have due dates, usually both at the end of the week, other than this first week, because you have a no-show deadline of Friday. So I do ask that you finish the first modules. Assignments, which is an introductory assignment and responding to a video. I want you to finish those by Friday so you're not marked as a no-show. And this is a little bit about the attendance policy. Obviously, this is an online course. It's up to you to make sure that you are logging in, looking up what is due for each module and keeping up with your work. If I don't have any information in terms of your introduce yourself discussion board or the um, respond to the writing video, and you've not reached out to me by June 9th, you will be marked as a no-show. Now, this is the course syllabus. I'm not going to go over this in detail. This is here for you to go over. Um, Theoretically, this will open, and it's not. There we go. This again, some of the same information I just went over, just a little more detail. I do have an outline of each module and what we'll be doing, but I'm going to show you also once we get into the modules how to find this information. I'm not going to go through the rest of the overview. You can go through this on your own. There's some really good resources and it may answer some questions you might have. But now I want to go into our first week's module. So right now I just have this one open. You see it says Unit 1. I'll always have an overview. This will give you an overview of what this module is about, how you will demonstrate your competency. In this case, writing in standard English that is appropriate to purpose and audience. And then I'll have module activities and a due date. These again are due June 9th. So I ask you to watch the Meet the Instructor video, the course tour expectations video, which you're actually watching right now, and then why is writing important? And this is a video from YouTube. And then you have introduce yourself and why is writing important discussion boards. Under PowerPoints, videos, this is where you'll find these. There's the Meet the Instructor, why is writing important? This video that I'm making currently, obviously it's not done yet, and once I do have it, it'll be right here. And then here are your assignments. You have an introduce yourself discussion board. Just click on that. I give you some information on what I would like to hear from you, favorite hobby, what you want to be when you grow up, anything that you enjoy doing, and what areas of writing you excel in and what you hope to improve on. And then I ask that you engage with your classmates. I don't grade you on that, but it does show, your willingness to kind of engage and be um, in a class. It's very hard when it's online. You tend to feel isolated. Reaching out and engaging with other students is a good way to stay motivated. So I ask that you do that. And then once you watch the why is writing important discussion, I want you to go in here. Same thing, it's a discussion board. It is informal, but I do ask that you try to write in proper English, think on sentence structure and so on. Um, and I ask you to think about what types of writing you currently engage in, how you think writing will impact you going forward, and if there's anything that surprised you or changed how you thought about writing from that video. And then again, engage with your fellow students. It makes it more fun. You might find, someone that you have a lot in common with or that you may be able to learn from. This should be a class. It's not ideal when it's online and you feel very isolated. So we want to feel like we're actually interacting with one another. And that is all you need to do starting off. I will open Unit 2 on Wednesday. And again, if you want to have a little preview of what's coming, you can go back to the syllabus and look at that schedule. If you have any problems watching any of the videos, getting into anything, please reach out to me. My email is on that um, Meet Your Instructor page in the Start Here module. And then, of course, I will get back to you as soon as possible. I hope this has been informative, and I'm looking forward to having a great semester with you.